Hey guys, welcome to building a modular Ruined City table, and it's been a while. Part 1 we talked about the stuff we're going to use. Now part 2 is going to be a little short video because there's been some changes. It's been a while and I've been working on some stuff and I was trying to figure out how to make it all work and stuff. But some stuff came in my hands and I wanted to change some stuff up, so I'm going to talk about that right now. So let's roll it. Okay guys, so what we did change up is a couple things. First of all, it's going to be a kind of nurgleized Ruined City table. I decided, talking to some guys on Facebook, I'm like, hey, you want to see a Ruined City or you want to see a Ruined City that's been nurgleized? And they're like, yo, let's check out the nurgle stuff. So it's going to be a lot more work, but it's going to be much more fun. Now, in part 1, we talked about using the pink foam as the tiles and stuff, but since time's passed, I've been working on trying to do this modular system so that you can switch all the tiles and stuff around. It became a huge project. So that became something else. So I will update you guys on that way later. I'm still working out all the kinks on that, and might be a surprise later on. What we are going to do is change it up. Now, as you may know, that we work with Games and Gears, and I've kicked in on their Battle Board Kickstarter. Now that's coming soon. It's all released, so I can't wait to get the ones that I got. Over at Gen Con, when I met up with them and we did some stuff at the booth and stuff, I saw these and they did not want to take it back home. So what happened was they just gave me the whole set. Unfortunately, there's only 5 tiles. They gave me more tiles, which was for the smaller scale war games, which is like for Drop Zone Commander or Robotech. But these are the ones that I want to use and change up for the Ruined City table. Now we're going to smash the crap out of this stuff. So let's take a look at these things. It cuts down the build time in half on just making the tiles. So we'll take a look at it and see how we're going to manipulate these babies. Okay guys, so here's one of the first boards that we're going to look at here. We got the T-section street, and we got, now this is really odd, and from what they told me over at Games and Gears, this is based on the designs of the Drop Zone Commander boards. So it's weird how they have the grids. They aren't the same size, so I'm a little confused with why that's even happening here. Over here and over here. So what we're going to do is, for example, on this board here, we're going to section it off. For example, I'll try to measure it out so that there's a sidewalk, and we're probably going to have to do some adjustments on that sidewalk, and then an area for a building. And what we want to do is so that we can drop any type of building that I build, that's assuming that it's the same size, into that slot, so that it will look pretty much seamless. It's already bad enough that we're going to have probably seams here. We'll put it together and see what we're going to have to deal with on the seams. But again, we're going to make the foundations built into the board so that we could drop any building we want into these. Again, trying to make it look as seamless as possible. We don't want that, that little piecemeal look to the board, and I always hate that. I mean, it's fun. It could look nice, but again, we're trying to make it as nice as possible. Let's take a look at another board. Now, this is the cross-section board here. These right here, this is paper. I'm not sure. This is for demoing. So again, these are prototype boards. The real boards are being sent out now, but they did these little crosswalk things. We're going to rip those apart. This is going to be a little weird because, well, probably won't be weird. Again, just making the sidewalks can be weird because these grids are really off the mark, and I'm probably going to hype on that. I've been hyping to them about why is a grid like this. This is silly. But on a regular play, when we're not doing what we're trying to do, this is fine. It'll work out just fine. This board here is a straight edge piece. Nice spacing here. Okay, so we're going to have some fun doing this. Now, I'll probably have to get extra boards from them and build on that because I've only got 5. We're going to try to use one from the smaller scale version of the boards and see what we can do with that. But I'll probably have to get them to send me some. Now, these next 2 are blank ones, so we're going to be able to do a lot of buildings into this section and then make some, alleyways and stuff like that. So that's going to be good. This one here is kind of interesting. This one has kind of a parking lot kind of structure type of thing, it looks like. You could build a, ruined building here or the foundations in it, and to slot in the ruined buildings, and this could be a parking lot area type of thing. And finally, I picked out one of the boards from the smaller scale, this one here. I was thinking of making this the park. You know, you got your, you know, service roads type of thing instead of actual regular roads, because, you know, the scale moved down a little. But I think this might be perfect to make that park. So what do you think, guys? Maybe one of these other pieces to make a park? Let's get your opinion on that. Hopefully you guys can see this on camera. We'll do a little closer look and look at the textures and the raisins and stuff. Again, this was designed by Hawk War Games for their Drop Zone Commander game. So the design I had no control over. So one of the things that I really like about these boards is that it is pretty bare. You could put it together and then put, you know, terrain on top of. That's what it's originally basically for, like all modular boards. So you have a lot of leeway with it. What I like about it, because it is kind of sparse this way, I can do whatever the heck I want with it. But let's take a look at the rises on this and some of the textures on it. And this is why I'm saying that it's going to cut my build time in half, because I don't have to build in these streets already. I want to see if I could get more street tiles from them, see how we could work this out here. Now these have a nice rise, so you have the curve and then the street. This is pretty much up to scale. Let's take a Malifaux figure here, and then you'll see, you know, that it goes up. It's pretty much to scale. They try to keep it as much to scale. Now with all battleboard tiles, they have this thing here where you put the tiles together and you have this gap here. So we'll have to figure out how, you know, the best way to cover it up. If not, then it's probably just the nature of the board. I'm a huge fan of just grabbing like pink foam, like 2-inch pink foam, 4x6, and just building right on top of it. But the storage would be a nightmare. So with tiles, you have the option, you know, of better storage, but now you have to deal with these little edge clips things here. Now, since my 6x4 will probably have dice rails, this wouldn't matter much because I'll just stick in the boards and it'll hold together. So the great thing about these boards is the clipping system. It's like this, so you got to do one of these things. You got to put it in the corner first and slide them in. There you go. And it holds the boards really tight. And then flip it over. Now the great thing about these two boards is it goes pretty much, you can barely see the seam in this one. So in part 3 we're going to start working on these boards, and again, those pink tiles that I was using in part 1 are going to go into making the Craft World board. So hopefully you guys will stick in for that. And yes, I know I've been in a big terrain kick lately. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy. Remember, like if you like, sub if you haven't, favorite if you love me, and I will talk to you guys later.